I am not going to have any idea what is going on in this book. I'm not a gamer. Hi, I'm Vivian, and today we're talking about Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. So this book follows the relationship between Sadie and Sam from their meeting in a hospital room as little kids to their falling out as kids to their re-meeting in Boston as university students, where they decide to make a game together, like a video game. Is it a video game or is it called something else? I think it's a video game, a game. I'm not a gamer. So the game they make takes off and they become rich and famous and they start a gaming company with Sam's other friend slash roommate, Mark's. And then the rest of the story is how they manage the company, the creative, the friendships, successes, failures, and just basically the growing up part of their life. Because they're in their early 20s when things really take off, which is kind of a big time for friendships anyway, right? But then, like, you throw in starting a business and growing a business and fame and fortune and all of the falling in love and falling out of love. And then you've got Sadie and Sam falling in and out of friendship, as you do when misunderstandings and life happens. So this is a story about love. Yeah, all the people who say that are right, right? But it's also a story about friendship and starting a business and doing the creative work and doing the work, success and failure and love and redemption and world building and whether a relationship can survive just because someone in the relationship wants it to. So there are all kinds of themes to explore, themes that make you think and feel. Pro tip, if you're a small business, have your reading journal ready to take notes while you're reading this book, right? As you're reading, highlight sections or passages or quotes that are meaningful. And then when you finish that question, I would write the quote in your reading journal or write a note about the scene and what was said and what was done and what happened and why you thought that was significant for the business, right? Make a note about how it applies to you or what you can take away from the scene or maybe the piece of advice that one character gave another character or the consequence of a decision that was made. And then when you finish the book, you'll have a whole list of business advice that you can either try it, see if it works, right? Throw it in the garbage, or use it as inspiration for something that will move the needle in your business. My pro tip for you, keep notes. So it's a good book to read. But if your question is, should I read this book for book club or not? My answer is, you should. This is a book about like the push and pull of friendship, which is something we all know a little bit about, right? And this one is a male-female friendship, which makes it a different kind of friendship book, right? Can men and women truly be best friends without the love situation getting in the middle and messing everything up? Can men and women love each other deeply without it being romantic, fall in love and get married kind of love? And what would that even look like, right? How do friendships survive when things change, when things happen, right? And people change. So how do you survive that? How do you say you're sorry when you're not really sure what happened? How long do you stay away from each other? right? All of these are good things to talk about, right? So good book for your book club. If your question is, Viv, I'm a small business owner. Should I find a group of small business owners and ask them if they want to read this book together and talk about it? Yes. My answer is yes, you should. Because there is so much in this book about starting a business and making decisions in your business and creating things in your business and what to create, what not to create, how to decide what to create, how to brand it, how to promote it, how to sell it. I mean, these are great things to talk about with other small business owners, right? Because isn't that what we're doing all the time anyways? So let's see what Sadie and Sam and Marks are doing and not doing, and talk about why they're making the business choices that they're making. Let's talk about how those choices are working out for them and maybe what we do the same or different, right? I mean, this is a book with small business discussion topics everywhere. So if you're a small business owner, then I think this would be a great book to get a group of people together and talk about. If your question is, Viv, I'm an artist, a creator. Should I find a group of other artists and creators and ask them if they want to read this book together and talk about it? Yes. Yes, you should. So Sadie and Sam design games, right? And Sadie in particular is constantly questioning what she's designing, right? She's trying to make it perfect, trying to make something other people will love that she's also proud of, right? And so like all of these issues come up. Should you use other people's work or do everything yourself? What if you're not good enough to make the kind of thing you want to make? Is it okay then to borrow from someone else? What if you pour your heart and soul into something and nobody likes it? Or even worse, everybody actively hates it. Any of this stuff sounding like something you'd like to talk about with your fellow creatives? Yeah? All right, then go on, grab your friends and ask them if they want to read this book and get together and talk about it. It's like the perfect book club book for you guys. So yeah, my final answer, this is a great book for book clubs. Okay, so it's time for the Fig 3. 3 things I'd love to discuss with my book club about this book. And I'm going to go with quotes for this one. So here are 3 quotes that I'd love to explore a little bit more with my book club. Okay, so like what really happened between Sadie and Sam when they were kids, right? One, why were they such fast friends? Was it the gaming or was it something else, something more? And then with this quote, what did Sam need from Sadie? And what did Sadie maybe need from him? And then, like, what was it about their friendship that it ended, but then years later, when Sam saw her in the train station, he like couldn't stop himself, right? He had to connect with her, even though he's the one who like ended their friendship all those years ago, right? So what would you call it? And is it realistic, right? Do you think this kind of relationship can really work in real life? And if so, what would it take or what would have to happen for it to be so? Why was it so hard for Sam to say it, do you think? And what what other word would there be for how Sam felt about Sadie, or for what Sadie felt about Sam? So, 3 things to talk about with your book club. All right, if your book club is full of small business owners, here are 3 more things to discuss. So when Sadie moves to Pioneerland, I guess this is my gaming thing talking. So Sadie's in Pioneerland, right? And she's talking to Alabaster about how to make money. And he says, create a niche and trade for what you need. That's how I came to make wine. No one here cares what you've done before. You could be anything you want to be. So what do you think? Is that good advice? And what does that mean in your business? What would that look like? So Dove gives some advice to Sadie, and his advice was this: you aren't just a gamer when you play anymore. You're a builder of worlds. And if you're a builder of worlds, your feelings are not as important as what your gamers are feeling. You must imagine them at all times. So what do you think about that? Is that good advice? And what does that look like in your business and your life, right? So fill in the blanks. You aren't just a when you anymore. You're a, and if you're your feelings are not as important as what your customers, clients, buyers are feeling. And the last one, number 3. But Sadie Green was a gamer. In a game, if a sign warns you not to open a certain door, you will definitely open that door. If it doesn't work out, you can always go back to the save point and start again. Is there a lesson in this for you? Is there a takeaway action item that you can implement and see if whatever is behind that door might work out? And if it doesn't, can you go back and start again? So, 3 things to discuss with your small business owners book club. If your book club is full of artists and creatives, here are 3 more quotes you can discuss. So why do you think this moment in the book was important for Sadie? And what's the lesson or takeaway for you? Did this scene resonate with you? And why or why not? Do you agree or disagree? Is there any other way to get through this period? How long does it take to get through it? And what exactly can you be doing to get through it? When Sadie and Sam finish that first game, and Sadie is like, are we done? And Sam is like, I think we are. And Sadie's like, okay, for tonight we're done, right? But if we wake up in the morning and look at it and we still think we're done, then we are done. But we're done, right? It's finished. We did it. We've created the game. We love it. We're done, right? And then they go for a walk and the author writes this. So talk with your book club about a time when you experienced that, right? When you finished something big and you were so tired, but you were done. And you had no idea what was going to happen next, but you knew that you'd put everything you had into a project and you felt what, right? Talk about that. So 3 things from this book to discuss with your Creators and Artists Book Club. So that's Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. So tell me, are you reading this book for your book club? And what questions or things are you most excited to discuss? Let me know in the comments. And then let me know your thoughts on my 3 things, my 9 things, my 9 things. And if you're a small business owner who is going to ask people to read this book and talk about it, send me an email and invite me to your book club, right? I'm a small business owner and I would love to discuss Sam and Sadie and Mark's and the business lessons that they have for us. Really, we should do this. Didn't know I'm a small business owner? Well, I am. And as a reader, the thing you might be most interested in is the reading journal that I designed for big readers. Because reading book after book after book can sometimes feel like you're Joey Chestnut on the 4th of July, downing hot dog after hot dog after hot dog, right? I mean, you're getting a lot of dogs in your belly, but you're not enjoying eating very much. So this is what I know is true. More books isn't better, it's just more. So I designed a reading journal that helps readers stop consuming book after book after book and start connecting with the stories and the characters and what's going on in the books they're reading. If this sounds like something that is right up your alley, you can find your digital reading journal at thefigtreeboutique.com. If you're reading or thinking about reading Heart Bones by Colleen Hoover, Viola Davis's memoir, Finding Me, or the Dolly Alderton memoir, Everything I Know About Love, I've got all of these in my July library. So if you want the skinny on these books, you should hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I've got videos for those books available. Meanwhile, maybe you want to check out these videos on Demon Copperhead or Remarkably Bright Creatures. You're in the right place. We read different. Thanks for watching. See you next time.